Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is very special. We find ourselves back at Flip City, the 11th ranked course in the world, and we are going to be doing an exclusive interview with Bill McKenzie, the creator, the founder of Flip City. And guys, keep in mind, he did all of this in his backyard, and his reasons for it may surprise you. So make sure you stay tuned, and if you do enjoy this interview and maybe you want to see a couple more, make sure to let me know. Let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sitting down with Bill McKenzie, the owner, the founder, and creator of Flip City, a top 11 course in the world. And I just want to start off real quickly, Bill, and ask you, what year did you get into disc golf and what kind of started that journey? Like, how did it all begin?
Well, neighborhoods, kids get together. The neighbor kids always like to play sports with us. They went to college, the Srops, and Jeff and Scott. They came back from playing Ultimate somewhere in disc golf. That's all they could talk about. I'm not sure the course they played, but that's how we started playing. We set a course up around the neighborhood. Pretty soon it went across part of town. We would play Ultimate at the beach. Always carried Frisbees with us, but the disc golf thing started to be a lot of fun. And then as time went on, the neighbor kid, Nicky, got a place, and we set up a course there, 9 holes, played backwards. And then the next year I bought this place in 1980, started played Flip City disc golf here. You know.
So you started building this place as soon as you bought it in 1980.
1980, yep.
And at what point went through your mind of like, I want to just create my own course? Was there a certain moment, or was it just all kind of natural and it just happened?
And this is funny, you're gonna laugh. Nicky came over, and man, the neighbors kept handing our to us right there at his place. So he came out here and he said, man, we got to build a better course so we can beat the neighbors.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but really think about it. Flip City started all just so Bill could get an advantage on the neighbor kids. It sounds absolutely insane, and you never know when some little minute feeling moment in your life can lead to something so big. You can beat the neighbors.
Yes, sir. He came out, so he stole some paint from his dad's skating rink, and we started playing, painting numbers on the trees. When we got done, we had 18 holes, and that's how it started, you know.
And through those 18 years, how have you changed much with baskets, or how has the course kind of evolved through the 18 years?
We went for until 98 with trees, playing objects and stuff, and then in 98...
18 years of object golf. Yes. What just came out of Bill's mouth surprised me more than anything else. 18 years. That man has just been throwing at trees. That's longer than some of the people watching this video have been alive. And really think about it, guys. As you've gotten into the sport, would you even considered it if your end target was just a tree with some paint on it? Absolutely incredible.
And paint the line on the top of the tree. We've got the numbers on the trees. Pretty much the same course that we play now. And at one point, I worked every day for a year, saved the money. I was getting to that point of putting them in. I bought posts, put them out for the 18 holes, and then once I got the money, got the baskets, put those in. We went, and then in 2000, we added the extra 6 out back for 24 holes. So 96 players at tournaments, and you get done with 18, you feel like you need a little more. That's that extra 6, you know.
Did you ever thought about pushing that number even higher and higher?
I could if I had more property. We'll be out in the wetlands, you know.
Right.
So, I'd like to really keep it like it is, you know.
Starting so early on, do you feel that disc golf culture in general has shifted as time goes on, or do you think, you know, how have you over, you know, such a long period, 44 years of sitting here watching all these different, you know, 100,000 people come through here, you know, how do you feel like the culture of itself of disc golf has changed, evolved, some positive, any negatives?
I want to say in the early days, there was a lot less people, more spread out. You know, you're more elite people because you're a disc golfer. Most people are playing softball. You know, that was the big thing, 80s and the 90s. And yeah, it slowly started picking up. I want to say after the pandemic. During the pandemic, it doubled, tripled in players. Yeah. But before that, it's been just steady growth. It's actually one of the fastest growing sports, you know, over time. It has been compared to other sports. Yep.
Did you ever think it had that potential? I mean, there's college teams now, all the careers that have been created. Like, did you ever at any point, did you think, man, this is going to take off? Or was it just maybe that COVID boom that really...
The thing was, we always enjoyed playing this kind of golf, and it was looked down upon. Ball golfers joked about it, stuff. It's actually taken over now. But I want to say, yeah, you know, it has evolved over time, yeah.
And a lot of people are going to ask, Bill, what is your PDGA number?
My number is 2337, 23137.
And that story, me and Bill talked about this before hitting record, but he had a chance. He had a chance to, who knows, maybe even be single digits. But if you could share that story, it's a very interesting situation.
Yes. When I first started playing, we'd buy the Whammos, and on the back it said, if you're interested in disc sports, send into this place. And sure enough, a week later, I got a whole packet of stuff. And it's news about the leagues going on in North Carolina. And this is in the early 80s, 81 or, 1980. And in there was a letter from Steady Eddie that said, this is an announcement to all the people that are in the PDGA, which is the People's Disc Golf Association. It's now going to be called the Professional Disc Golf Association. Please send your $20 in and get your number. And I messed up because I never did.
You never did. Now, I spent the entire day with Bill, and I will say that moment, that PDGA number moment, seems to be the only thing that he has a little regret on. And for any of you not entirely sure who he's talking about, Steady Ed is the founder of disc golf. So Bill really had a chance to have one of those very low numbers.
I never did.
You never.
I still have the paper. A lot of good that does.
The $20 that could have changed everything.
Right.
And one thing about Flip, the reason I love Flip so much, and I feel like a lot of disc golf courses honestly lack in, is character. Flip has a ton of character. You have all your rock balancing. You've gone the extra step with lean-tos to furnished gazebos with thousands of signatures written all over it. Was that something you were like, this is what I want? Did you start, or did people just start writing on it? And did you have a moment of like being irritated, or was it just completely open from the beginning?
And actually, the rock piling I don't do. A lot of stacking people do that. You know, you might be guilty of that, but no, I want to say, I want to say the shelters, writing on the stuff. That's one place that yes, I'm pleased to allow it. Please don't write on anything else.
Don't write on anything else.
But yeah, put your name on there, and that's fine. It's amazing how many people are on that actually.
Oh,
really look at it.
Unbelievable the amount of people that have came through here.
Yes.
Now, this next question is a little more personal. What is your thoughts on elevated baskets? Because you have one of the most notorious elevated baskets of all time. Hole 12 out here. I will put a picture up so you guys can see it if you haven't seen my video. When I posted my video, I got a lot of positive reactions, but hole 12, people take very personal. It's very high risk. It is layupable though. Like it is it is somewhat easy to navigate, and you got a lot, and I've noticed on my video, I'm sure you've heard it all, but a lot of people saying that they refuse to even think about playing a tournament here because of that one hole. Now, with all the haters, you could say, what is your response to that? Do you feel, I mean, obviously you haven't taken it down, so, you know, how do you view it?
Well, I want to say it's probably gimmicky to start with, yes, but it's got to be one of the toughest disc golf basket hole placements in the whole sport, being that it's not only elevated, but it's on the side hill.
Yeah,
you're looking at 100, 150, 20-foot rollaways on that one. So,
but it's absolutely brutal. But I also feel like stuff like that's kind of needed in disc golf, and I feel like as disc golf has gone on and more courses are being put in, I feel like they've almost taken away you know, you don't really see the elevated putts with water behind it. You know,
Yeah.
they've taken away a lot of that extreme gambling, and I wouldn't necessarily say that's good for the sport. I think holes like that they're great for the sport.
Yeah, and it's risk reward. You got to think how you're going to play it, you know, which that's the game of golf, really. You know, more challenges, the better you're going to feel about it at the end, you know.
Now, when you started this, you know, when you decided to build this, did you have any idea that you were going to create this, you know, this cult following of Flip City, top 11, you know, it sustains around the top 10 in the world,
Right.
and you built it in your backyard.
Yeah.
Did you ever
No,
have any idea? And
this
what has that been like, you know, through the years to
Right.
see it? You know, that's just got to be, you know, I couldn't even put it into words what that that feeling is like.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's great. I never imagined it'd be like this. But and the thing is, the more positive things you hear from people, the more it drives you to do better, make it look, you know, to that level that you want it to, really, you know. And it came from way back at, you know, when I started this. The neighbor lady was the school teacher. She sent me over a book that said How to Think and Grow Rich by Dale Carnegie, and enjoyed reading it. I've been pretty much living that life since, you know. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Set a goal, work towards it, keep goal orientated. Yep. Dream big. You know, dreams come true.
They can come
They
true,
will.
absolutely.
They will come true, yeah.
And being out here for like, do you really enjoy big tournament days? Or do you ever get overwhelmed by people just at all times of day showing up at your property? Big tournament days, you might have 100 people here. Has that ever bothered you, or is it just completely?
Not really, no. No, after this many years of doing it, no, that doesn't.
Did it get you in the beginning at all?
No. But my ex-wife would get excited on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be pissed. How come all these people are coming here? I go, well, careful what you wish for, because that was the thing, you know, a few years back. How come we mow all the grass and nobody comes? Well, here you go. You know, they're coming.
They're coming.
It's that, yep, Field of Dreams.
So over 44 years, you know, give us some of your top memories, some of the coolest stuff that you've been a part of, experience. I know you do have your annual Ice Bowl, and all, you know, part of your sign up to the Ice Bowl is you bring canned goods, and all of that gets donated.
Yep.
And, you know, having Flip City, you have the ability to make a big impact like that. Tons, you know, over the years, I don't know how long you've been doing the Ice Bowl, but how many donations you've been able, you know, like, what are some things that were almost kind of byproducts that you never expected just building a disc golf course?
I want to say the Ice Bowl does raise a lot of money, and for the Crystal Valley Care Fund, and our newest thing that we raise for is the food pantry, New Era Lutheran Church, and we're really pleased to be, you know, disc golfers and do that much for their area, you know. And I will say, and this is from a guy way back when, he said, I got to thank you for keeping a lot of young people out of trouble.
Oh,
Giving them something to do, you know.
That's how I fell in love with the game, because I felt like I always enjoyed being outside, and I always looked at disc golf as just hiking with a purpose. Like that's, you know, I'm going to be outside anyway, and that's why I immediately just fell in love with the game, and building a community where so many younger kids can just feel safe, come have fun, have a great time. I mean, it'll help, you know, keep them out of a lot of, you know, paths that maybe they shouldn't be going down.
Yep.
But what would be maybe two more big memories, like your two biggest memories here at Flip, you know, through over 4 decades?
Oh, 40 years? Wow. Well, I don't know. I did have the first ever Collegiate Cup. That was pretty exciting. Some years back, not too many. And I have hosted a lot of MDGO tournaments. Them were always exciting. Farm Classic. Thank them guys at Mason County. You know, Bruce Brakel, the original starter of tournaments here, which is very cool. Northern Waters guys, most of those. But Yeah, probably one of the most memorable was playing glow golf with my kids, and I got an ace in front of them at night.
That simple, huh?
Hey, yeah.
That out of all 44
Right.
top memories, the
That
ace
was
you
a
got.
good one.
In this moment, I really had a lot of emotions. The fact that Bill, 44 years building that course and all of the accolades it has grown to be. The thing that he got most excited about throughout that entire interview was simply a glow ace with his kids. And that is why we love disc golf. It's just those simple moments that, well, they last forever. Now I'm gonna end on 3 more questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite disc?
All right. I want to say, I don't know. I've been throwing a light diamond lately. It's working out, so I can't just say one.
Just the current.
I got 5 in the bag. I got a 150 Cyclone. That 125, I'm not sure what that one is, but that one's, a putter, 160s, ABR, and an XD, old XD. Probably older than you.
Probably older than me.
Yeah.
And what's just your favorite thing about disc golf?
Just said, being active outside, friends. I mean, there's a lot of things to it. Recreation.
And the last one's more of a personal question that I have.
Okay.
You have top 11 in the world, one of the biggest followings of all time. Why do you not have T signs?
T signs, in case I want to change it.
In case you want to change it?
Because in a whim, I could move the basket here.
Yeah.
I could move it there.
I was always confused. I didn't know if it was just like a old school feeling, like you just didn't want, the T signs.
That was the thing. We never really had markers, and what brought it on was being number 1 and number 2 and 3 with DG course review, and that was one of the complaints. So I'm going to put up signs, but just where you're at, it's not going to be anything fancy, just because of that. Tomorrow I want to move that basket over. It's going to be moved.
It's going to be moved.
It won't have to worry about the signs.
And you have 18 holes, 6 alts,
Yeah.
and an ace deuce or die set up.
Then I have an ace run course, yes.
And the ace run.
100 footers, yep.
Any final thoughts that you want to share? Any advice maybe to people who want to get into disc golf?
Well, I want to say thanks for coming out to everybody that follows Flip City and enjoys it here. Thanks for coming out all the years. Come to our league. That's on Wednesdays during the summer, and then we have a putting league on Friday nights at 5:30.
Guys, if you're in Michigan, come check out Flip City. It's an absolute no-brainer, and you won't regret it. Some of the most beautiful. When do you close down, Bill?
A couple more weeks.
It
depends on the weather. Yep.
But as soon as spring fires back up, so does Flip City.
Yep.
So
usually the 3rd weekend of April, open up. Sometimes this year was 3 weeks before, so it's in April. Yep.
Well, thank you for taking some time and giving us a little insight on just the history of disc golf.
Right on. That's perfect. It's your first interview, really. You did good.